Welcome to Blake Street Banter, where one of us knows what the word banter means. The other two are just along for the ride. Tyler, say what's up.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Zach, say hi.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
We are joined by Zach Kokoska. Did I say it right? Yeah.
Yep, that's the right.
I got nervous. We just talked about it. Zach Kokoska, who was just drafted in the 2020 draft in the 10th round. And he's just spending a Thursday evening with us. He's going to talk ball and tell his story. So welcome to the pod, Zach.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me.
First question is, where are you at? What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm back in my hometown in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Just training at the local gyms and everything, teaching some private lessons in my free time, and just helping out the local community with the high school team and trying to train them a little bit, and spread the culture kind of to this area.
Are you like one of the few and far between players to get drafted and be kind of the major leaguer guy, or is it kind of part of the pedigree down there?
Is it normal for people to get picked up out of this? No,
let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's very rare that anybody gets drafted anywhere out of here, especially baseball. It's not like a huge baseball hotbed or anything like that. Most of the talent out of here comes from, football and schools near Pittsburgh and everything like that. But yeah, there's not too much baseball talent around here, and I'm just trying to kind of, change that narrative a little bit and teach the kids at a young age, to kind of develop themselves the right way and put them in a position that I'm in.
I love to hear that. That's pretty cool. Like anytime we can get like the youth players playing baseball, talking ball is good. I saw a thing on Twitter tonight, like some dude held practice, I think it's for like a middle school team, and he asked how many of you know a player, and only 2 of them of like the 15 were able to actually name a baseball player. So you're doing the dirty work right now. Like we need to change that narrative.
Yeah.
Love that. What's your favorite drill to do with the kids?
Honestly, I just like, to just give them front toss and have them work on, hitting line drives up the middle and the opposite center gap, and just, teaching them to take the right path to the ball. And a lot of kids, at a young age, they just want to, get in the cage and try to hit home runs and pull it as hard as they can and everything. But I let them have a little bit of fun, but I just want to kind of try to teach them, the professional approach at a young age and how to develop themselves the right way.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Like, I mean, on that note, like one of the things that I read up about you is your character, your outstanding character, your high school accolades, your like honor roll all the way through college. Credit your dad as your biggest influence. Like that seems like a pretty like who you are type of deal when you say that kind of stuff. So I personally love hearing that kind of stuff, and it's cool to have cool people, good people out there. So
yeah, that's for sure. Because I was helped out a lot and had a bunch of great people and a great support system around me my whole life growing up. And my dad was always there for me, my grandparents, my family, and my mom, and everybody was always there for me and helped me out. And now that I'm in a good position and everything, I want to bring that back to those younger than me and kind of give them what I got and everything like that, and show them and influence them to try to get to a point where they can chase their dreams and not think that they're just coming from a small town that they can't make it, because like I'm a walking example of that, where like kids from our area don't usually go to professional baseball, but I kind of want to change that narrative and motivate them to go after it.
So for you, on that note, like, was it always baseball growing up? Was that kind of or like when did that kind of settle in? Like, hey, I could, go play college ball and potentially pro ball.
Yeah, growing up, I played 3 sports: football, basketball, and baseball. I was pretty good at football, when I was younger. Basketball, I was always average at, but I always knew baseball was gonna, be my sport and be my ticket and everything, because I played competitive travel ball ever since I was 8 years old. So I was kind of set up to, to want to be where I'm at in the future back then, if that makes sense. I was always say like in, elementary school, paragraphs and little writing assignments and everything that I want to be a Major League Baseball player. So I've always been kind of chasing that goal, and I guess I still am.
Yeah, you're one step closer, that's for sure. Like, how
Yeah.
cool is that being drafted?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, draft day was, a roller coaster of emotions. And when I finally got my name called and everything, I don't know, my dad and I were hugging each other in tears. It was an awesome experience. I'll never forget it. And, I just couldn't be happier to be in the position that I'm at.
What was that experience like with, some of your teammates? I think obviously Jordan Wicks was drafted. I think you had another teammate drafted. What was that like, experiencing it with your program, as well as your family?
Yeah. So the other guys that got picked up were Carson Seymour, I think in the fifth round of the Mets, and then Eric Torres got picked up in the 14th round of the Angels. That was an awesome experience, though. That's the first time in a while where multiple Kansas State baseball players got picked up in the same draft. And, watching Wicks go in the first round and everything, I couldn't be happier for him. I mean, that kid works his butt off all the time. And, he's a gamer. We all knew he was going to be in that position one day because he was just a stud ever since he was an incoming freshman and everything. But it was just an awesome day for all of us. We were all texting each other, congratulating each other and everything. We're all over the country, so we didn't get to celebrate together or anything. But it was awesome. I wish that they could just keep playing in my head all the time because so many great emotions, and it was just a really awesome day.
Do you think playing with Jordan Wicks, like just having him on your team, do you think that benefited you, like as a baseball player, like in scrimmages and stuff, having to face him, like as a left on left, like do you think that helped you out at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's nasty. Like he's one of the best pitchers I've ever faced, and everything. And it's nice having a first rounder be like our Friday night starter and everything because the scouts are always there. They're gonna have their eyes on him while he's pitching, and then their eyes on us while we're hitting and everything. So yeah, it's great to have Wixie with us on the staff and everything. And I definitely developed and got better as a hitter facing him every day.
How many times did you take me yard?
Once, actually.
Let's go.
Yeah, my sophomore year, he was a freshman. I think we were in preseason, right before the season. It was like 35 degrees out at Toynbee Family Stadium, and he hung a slider, and I put over left center field and everything. If he's listening to this, I know he's rolling his eyes and everything, but he's struck me out a couple times too, so we got each other a couple times.
Yeah, we'll just cut that part out. You took Wick's yard.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool. Like there's something about playing with competition and being with competition on your team, and it just makes you like that much better. And I'm sure like your teammates, right? So you're pushing each other to go a little bit farther, a little bit better. So like that, I love those stories. Those stories are awesome. And like the fact that you were able to do that for so long together has like it paid off. Like it definitely helped, right?
Yeah, and another great thing just about having a guy like Wicks on your team, like you see how hard he works, and how much effort he puts in and extra work and effort in the weight room and how locked in he is and how much of a gamer he is. That just motivates you, to work even harder and be better and, match the energy and just give that competitive atmosphere in the team, to strive to be the best and everything. So I thank Wixie for that, I think we both motivate each other a little bit, but he's a grinder. He works real hard, and I tried to model myself like that too.
So aside from that, what else in Manhattan at Kansas State really clicked for you, and what really served you as a person and as a baseball player to find improvement?
Yeah, I would definitely say my coaches I had for Kansas State were great influences for me. I came from Virginia Tech my freshman year, and I wasn't really clicking with the coaching staff there. The development part wasn't really being given to us too much there. But when I got out to Kansas State, my coach Austin Waits, he was our hitting and outfield coach. He worked with me from day one and always believed in me and was always down to get some extra work in and help me out with any questions I had. And Coach Hughes was an awesome head coach, just to motivate us every day and make practice and games super fun and laid back and everything. So we got after it real hard and we practiced and trained real hard, but it was just such a fun and an energetic environment every day that you just love showing up to the field.
Yeah, that love of the game shows from top to bottom. Yeah, that's fun. Is that kind of what took you to K-State from BTech, or like what was that process like?
So I committed to Virginia Tech my junior year in high school, and the coaching staff that I committed to got fired a month before I got on campus my freshman year. Yeah, so the new staff came in, and pretty much we all kind of had the idea that they weren't going to play any of us that aren't their recruits that they brought in. So by the mid season, I was looking for different schools, and I was going to go to a JUCO in South Florida, but luckily the one coach I committed to, Ryan Connolly, originally at Virginia Tech, he got the director of ops job at Kansas State, and because they just got a whole new coaching staff there, and they flew me out and offered me and got my waiver pass right away so I could play from going D1 to D1 right away. And I was at K-State for 3 years and I loved it. So I'm really glad that, everything just turned out the way it did, and I wouldn't change it.
And I think they got a lot of benefit out of that too.
Yeah.
A few years of insane production in college. So definitely worked out for all parties.
Yeah, if we try our best. Yeah.
How much did you hate the nickname for Manhattan as the Little Apple?
Oh, I love it.
You do?
It's the best. Yeah. You get it? Like Manhattan, New York's Big Apple, Manhattan, Kansas is the Little Apple.
It is little. I remember because I'm from Nebraska, so I went to Manhattan for a concert like in college. And first time in Manhattan, I'm driving like downtown Manhattan, and I see that little sign, the Little Apple. Like, yep, I get it. It's cute, but like, Kansas, just Kansas being Kansas. I'm a salty Nebraska fan, but
yeah. Was the concert at the Hat?
I think so. I can't. It's been a hot minute. You might have been like 5 when I was there. I don't know what's there. I know it was downtown, and I know it was. I saw Motion City Soundtrack. I don't know who their openers were, but it was definitely somewhere downtown. It was a cool little venue.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not like there's a ton to do in Manhattan, Kansas,
right.
But honestly, I would say like the people in Manhattan, Kansas are the nicest people you'll ever meet. I mean, everybody there is so friendly, so talkative. They just care about each other, and they're just all diehard Kansas State fans. And it's an awesome school to go to if you like that atmosphere.
Were they into baseball? Like, were they like following you guys, like with the new regimen? Like, were they showing out?
Yeah, we got a good amount of fans for baseball and everything. And as the years went on and we got more talented and, we got better and better recruits and everything, the attendance went up at games and we got a new stadium and all this stuff. So, yeah, the popularity of the baseball team definitely has gone up in the past like 3 or 4 years, just because we've just gotten better and the talent they're recruiting and bringing in is just really good. So, yeah, there's been plenty of times where we've had, stadiums erupt and multi-thousand person crowds and everything. So it's a great time.
That's fun.
You have the time to pick up a fandom for, the basketball, football programs.
What was that?
Did you have the time, as an athlete to become a pretty big fan of the basketball and football programs, or just kind of on the side?
Oh, no, I mean, I like going to football games and basketball games and stuff, but I was just kind of focused on baseball when we were there and everything. Football games and basketball games were really fun, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't really watched very much football from Kansas State or basketball from Kansas State, but I'll definitely be following the baseball team a lot this
Okay.
year.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't
Yeah.
think you're missing much. All right, I'm done being salty. So baseball, it's always been you, Kansas State, VTech. You played some summer ball leagues. I'm always curious, like how that plays out, because 2020, I think, was just a goofy year for you. How did that play out? And then what was like the difference between the good old Northwoods League and then going back down to South Florida?
Well, 2020 was a little crazy, COVID, everything went all crazy. I was planning to get drafted in 2020, and then it went to the 5-round draft, where that kind of sucked because all the scouts I was talking to had me going in rounds like 6 to 8. So
Come on, man, give me one more.
as soon as 5 rounds came up, I was like, it's gonna be close. And I think it was the 5th round, and the Angels were between me and another kid, and they took the other kid. So that was a little heartbreaking, but I got back up on the horse and started going back and training right away and everything. I started off in South Florida in June, and I was there for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I knew the competition was going to be a little bit better in the Northwoods since the Cape Cod League was shut down that year. So I went up to the Northwoods for about a month and a half, and I really enjoyed the experience and everything. And it was nice that it wasn't a normal schedule up in the Northwoods where you travel 12 hours and you get 2 days off the whole summer or anything. We got one day off a week, and the farthest you travel was like 4 hours. So it wasn't too bad. And Mankato was an awesome place to spend a summer.
Yeah, I've heard really nice things about that. Yeah, the Northwoods League is pretty good. Like, I think it's probably one of the more upper tier like leagues out there for summer collegiate. I'm in Grand Rapids, so there's a Northwoods League down in Kalamazoo, and they travel around, and so I'm sure that competition was good. How did that differ from the Cape Cod in 2019?
Cape Cod, the stereotype's true. We're like, it's the best competition there is and everything. And it was rough for me in the Cape because I was battling a pretty bad wrist and hand injury the whole time while I was there. So I managed to get out of there batting like 235, but I definitely wasn't up to my full and best health and everything. And it was a little bit of a struggle for me. And it was my first summer of like legit summer ball, and I went right into the Cape. So I kind of got thrown in the fire a little bit, but I managed to get through it and perform as best as I could and everything. And after going from the Cape Cod to like the Northwoods League, the competition definitely wasn't as good, and I was also just more used to like the summer ball lifestyle and how it all works and everything. So it made it a lot easier for me there.
Yeah, that transition.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Is it like the movie Summer Catch?
Like, I've never seen Summer Catch.
You haven't seen Summer Catch with Freddie Prinze Jr.?
It's based in Chatham, right?
Yeah.
It's based in Chatham. Yeah. Everybody would always talk about it when we were up in the Cape and everything. And that movie was what, from like the 80s?
No, 90s, early 2000s, I think.
Really?
Yeah, not the 80s. It's Freddie Prinze, man. You probably don't know who that is.
No.
Summer Catch, 2001.
Wait,
what were you, like 4?
3.
Right.
Did you say, wait, what's his last name? Freddie who?
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Okay. I don't know if I know him either. So we're just these youngins out here.
Yeah. I forget who I'm talking to here.
Well, I'm always looking for new movies to watch, so maybe I'll have to watch it.
It's one, if you're a baseball fan, it makes sense. The end line is like, it's super cheesy, and like it's a love story. It's a fun flick.
It's a rom-com, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessica Biel's in it.
Who's that?
Oh my God.
I've heard the name.
All right, we're gonna move past this. Just give us an update when you watch Summer Catch and see if you liked it.
All right, sounds good.
So you were drafted, and then you went to the ACL. Like you had like 2 weeks to prepare for that, like that window. What was that 2 weeks like? Was it like running around trying to get all of your ducks in a row, or was it cool, collective? Like, all right, I'm gonna take this time and like go play ball. Well, what was that 2 week window?
Well, I definitely wanted to get training with wood and everything, transitioning from college to
I never
professional and
even thought
everything.
about that.
Yeah. It wasn't too hectic. It was more like a time of, I was just feeling really good because, like I said, not too many people get drafted from my area. So a lot of people were asking me to like come talk to the kids and, show my face at different areas and be on broadcasts and stuff like that. So it was nice to kind of, enjoy that and everything, but it wasn't too hectic. I enjoyed the experience. And then I was pretty confident and ready when we got down to Arizona, and they transitioned us into it real slow. So it's not like we were thrown in the fire or anything. So yeah, it was a good time.
And so, besides that bat transition, what other differences really stood out to you once you got on the field?
I think, going from like Big 12 facilities and Big 12 locker rooms and, getting so much gear on a daily basis and everything, like transitioning to, the AZO where you have holes in your pants and, you get like a t-shirt and a pair of shorts and that's about it. And you get to the field and this, the old chain link fences again and everything like that. It was just a big transition from like, living in luxury to, getting back to like the minor league lifestyle and just, I guess like as you move up levels, the fields probably get nicer and the equipment and, the benefits and everything. But that was definitely a big transition because our home field at Kansas State is our locker rooms got to be like top 5 nicest in the NCAA, and our field's awesome. It's all turf and everything, and that was probably just a little bit of a transition.
Speaking of fields, do you know which field you will be calling home this season, or has that not quite come up yet?
It hasn't come up yet. I don't think we find out until we get to spring training. I'd like to know, but it's probably Fresno or Spokane, one of the two. But I'm not quite sure on the exact location yet.
Okay. Yeah, if it ends up being Fresno, just be ready for that dry heat. That's what we've heard a lot about. Yes, a lot of sweating, a lot of
Yeah.
phones overheating.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
interviewing Sam Weatherly, and in the middle of it, he was outside under an umbrella. It's like 9 a.m. in the morning, and his phone overheated on him, and he had to go inside and reset it. Yeah, the Fresno heat's a little different. But yeah, so playing ball down there at the AZL, like you just kind of dominated and you made that transition to wood bat pretty well. I'm going to say your stats. I'm going to brag for you a little bit. 395 batting average, an OPS of 993 with 3 walks and only 6 Ks. And then you had a double, triple, and a homer. And you're fast. People need to know you were fast. You had 8 stolen bases. Like, were you just feeling it, man? Like, I'm ready for this. Let's fucking go type thing. Like, was that it?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, it always seems like when you get put into a new team and a new environment, you got something to kind of prove. Like there's a lot of really talented outfielders in the Rockies organization right now, and a lot of talented outfield prospects. And I was a big fish at Kansas State, and then I'm just thrown back. Now I'm a little fish in a bigger pond and everything. So I wasn't taking an AB off because like I said, we got other outfielders, so ops are going to be somewhat limited and everything. So I was just really, really locked in on each AB and didn't take a single pitch for granted and just really focused up and just tried to do my absolute best. And when I played like that, all the things just really came together.
Speaking of the
Yeah.
outfield talent, you got to share, the draft class and the ACL team with Benny Montgomery. What insights can you offer about him?
He's definitely a talented kid for sure. Young. He'll definitely develop into a good player over the next couple of years and everything. He's real toolsy, tall, lengthy, skinny kid, but really, really a lot of hidden power in there, whippy and everything, and just a five tools kid. So he'll develop over the next couple of years. He'll be a good prospect for the Rockies. That's pretty much all I can really think of about Benny for sure.
Did you guys obviously you guys weren't quite from the same areas. I think your towns are a couple hours apart. Did you guys connect though on that Pennsylvania upbringing at all?
Yeah, we talked a lot about just like Pennsylvania and stuff, and a lot of his lingo he was talking about, like saying like pop instead of soda and different things like that. We kind of got along, and everybody else would be like, "What'd you say?" And I'd be like, "Nah, it's just a Pennsylvania thing and everything." Plus, you share the same home state, and there's not too many guys from Pennsylvania who get picked up in the draft, so it definitely gives you a little bit to relate together.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. You got to play with some rehab big leaguers, like Daza, Yassine, Welker, Sheffield, Cincy. Did you pick anything up from them? Are you like one of those guys that like is asking those guys questions, or are you just kind of watching them do their thing?
Yeah. It's definitely a cool experience and everything. I think I got a few extra live ABs off Sheffield just during practice and everything. He's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Like he's got a hard slider, good life to his fastball and everything. He's a really good dude though. Daza, when he was there, I would just, we'd hang out a little bit, we'd talk a little bit. I think the biggest takeaway I got from Daza was just how he plays the game in the field. Like if you watch him, he like does not stop moving the whole time. And he's always just talking, locked in, moving around, thinking, backing up everybody. Like it's definitely a very professional kind of mindset and everything. Like he doesn't take a play off. And you can tell by the way he just kind of walks the plate and everything that, he's a big leaguer. And he's just been there plenty of times and just feels completely confident and loose and relaxed when he's up there. And I try to model myself like that a little bit too.
So are we going to see you with that hair anytime soon? You're going to grow it out and go Daza hair on us?
Nah, if I grew out my hair, it'd just be like a cue ball. It would just fluff up, perm up. Yeah, I like my high and tight because no other haircuts really look good on me.
Yeah, that's definitely a good guy to be taking some outfield tips from, though. He's in the Rockies organization of the last, handful of years. He's easily the best guy out there. Just his instincts are off the charts. Like, always looks like he knows exactly what he's doing, which, you guys are pros, but he's just on that next level. So I think that's kind of an underrated experience to get to talk to, a defensive wizard like Daza. So, yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's a good dude too. Like you think a lot of big leaguers would just like not really want to talk to, the young minor league guys or care about them or anything, but he was super vocal the whole time, just was trying to help us out the whole time, like was open to any questions and really just was super laid back and cool and like just acted like he was just on the same level as us, which I really respected and that was really cool for him.
That kind of stuff goes a long ways. I mean, I think I keep repeating that, but like it just when you feel welcome and you feel like at home and feel like you belong, like it goes a long ways, like on just personal level and then on the field level. I'm sure it's cool to hear like these guys are good dudes. I always like to hear that. That's cool. What are you working on like right now? So what's kind of something that you're working on as a ball player as you prepare for spring training coming up?
I'm a pretty routine oriented person when it comes to, developing myself. I kind of have my few things that I do that I just stick with, and I don't really like to stray too far from. Um, Usually I'll just, take like 10 swings off the tee to get loose every day. And then I'll set the machine up for just, like a above average fastball, and just try to hammer that as much as I can, add a little bit of movement to it, some cut to it sometimes. Um, and I just, hit till I feel good each day. And then in the weight room, I'm just trying to put on as much like lean body mass and weight, and not weight, but like muscle weight I
Mhm.
can before the season starts, because it'll be my first season in the minor leagues, and I'm sure I'll probably lose about 15 pounds from the start to the end. So I don't want to be turning around
Yeah.
in September and be looking like a twig. So I'm just putting on what I can there and just trying to get as, big and strong as possible.
Yeah.
So from the perspective of your development, how important are analytics for you? I know in the college game that the prevalence of them is definitely rising, but obviously once you get to pro ball, you're going to be exposed to them. So do you kind of involve yourself with analytics, or just kind of take some lessons occasionally?
Um, yeah, I'm not a huge analytics guy, to be honest with you. We work a lot with analytics like blast motion, Rapsodo, hit tracks, all these different things. Um, but I'm not gonna really base my performance off of, if I had this exit velo or this rotational acceleration or anything like that. Um, I just really focus on, what I do game to game and everything. And did I succeed? Did I get the jobs done? Did I help my team win? Did I put the barrel on the ball at least, even if it's an out, and just different things like that. I don't really like to get too like technical and look into the analytics as that much, because for me, like too much sensory overload will stress me out and everything. I just kind of just like to stick to my routine of just hitting fastballs off the machine and going in the game and competing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot with baseball. Obviously, it's a tool that can offer you some value, but I think as you mentioned, the sensory overload for some guys can really be a big deal. And you try to, take too much from advanced scouting or something like that, and then, you're playing chess while it's everyone else is playing checkers, and just doesn't really work out so well.
Yeah, like like I said, I'm bad with numbers as it is, but I think the more I focus on them, the more I try to, think about them, the worse I do, because it's a simple game if you think about it. You just put the barrel on the ball, and that's all your job is to do, and then the rest really is out of your control. So no amount of, technology or numbers or anything can really tell you how to just compete the right way and just find a way to get the job done.
Yeah. And that seems to be working for you. So like don't change
Thank-
anything up, right? Like you
Yeah,
got
I'm
a
not going to.
routine. Yeah. So yeah, I like hearing that side of things too. Cause I mean, analytics is all the rage, right? So like what do you do with it? And sometimes it works for people and sometimes it doesn't. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
think that analytics is like a great way to, see the projectability of a kid and a prospect, and, learn a little bit about yourself, some things you might need to try to work on and everything. But like I said, you just got to kind of throw that all out the window when it comes into the game, because it's just you versus the ball at that point.
right.
And if you're trying to focus on like, oh, I need to hit this certain way or swing this certain way or take a different path to the ball and everything, it's just way too hard to try to do that in game. You just got to pretty much see the ball, hit the ball.
Right. You don't have enough time to think all the way through all that. Like you know what you're expecting, you're going to try to execute what you need to do, and that's all you have time for. So I
Yep.
mean, it makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I dig that. Um, All right, we won't take up too much of your time anymore of your time. We appreciate you hanging out with us. But we always like to end our banter sessions with some fun questions. Kind of get to know you. Usually you see these on college websites. K-State did not ask you. I didn't bother looking at VTech, which is, sounds like good, like a good idea. But so just three quick questions. What's your like favorite game day go-to meal?
Oh, I got my meal. About
Routine.
an hour for, well, probably like 4 hours for the game. I definitely need to get a coffee in me because I don't like energy drinks because they make me too amped, and can't just have water because I can lose focus as the time goes on. So I like to get my coffee in me, and then about 45 minutes before the game, I get a PB&J in me, and I feel like that's kind of my superstition, lucky thing I go to.
Okay, so I have two follow-up questions. Are you a Starbucks guy or are you like a local brew shop guy?
I drink it all, whatever.
Okay.
As long as there's caffeine in it, I'll drink it. But can't go wrong with Starbs.
No, you can't. Second question: peanut butter jelly. Are you putting smooth peanut butter or crunchy peanut butter?
Whatever the spread has. If I had a preference, I'm a smooth peanut butter guy. I don't really like the chunky ones.
Man, I'm slowly realizing I'm like an oddball with that. Man.
Yeah, no, not a fan of the chunks. No, thank you.
Nah,
I guess
too much
showing my
crunch.
age again.
Yeah.
What's your favorite music on game days? Like anything that gets you in the zone? And then what are you listening to outside of game days?
Well, in the years past, I would listen to like hard rap, stuff like that to kind of get me locked in and everything. But this year I've kind of just been listening to, like vibey music, like laid back, chill music that just, makes me feel good, makes me feel relaxed and everything. And it's working, I guess. So I'm gonna probably stick with the chill vibey music, the slow EDM, or the vibey rap music and stuff like that.
I don't know if you have Spotify or not, but if you do or if you don't, like who would you say your top artist is these days?
Whew. I do not have Spotify. My top artists. Oh, that's a good one. I really haven't been listening that much music lately, as weird as it sounds. Let me check my Apple Music real quick.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. Kevin Gates, for sure.
Okay.
Kevin Gates is pretty good.
I think for a lot of guys that's a pretty pot. Like I've definitely heard a few Kevin Gates walk ups at Coors Field. Definitely a get in the zone kind of deal.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think of potential walk up for this year. So if you guys got any ideas, feel free to shoot it my way.
I dig the intro to Childish Gambino's Bonfire. Like it's like a siren.
I don't know if I know that one.
So Bonfire by Childish. It's the intro, just like, okay. And then he just goes hard for about 3 minutes. And it's not like your typical Childish Gambino. It's early Childish. So.
Well, my nickname is Coco. So I'm thinking about Coco by OT Genesis. That could be a good one.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one, huh?
It'd be pretty funny for sure. And fitting for you.
Yeah.
We'll put the BSB stamp of approval on that one for sure.
Cool. Sounds good.
Last question, probably my favorite question. What's your favorite like baseball memory for you? Like personal, and it's completely okay to be selfish when you answer this. Like a time that you just dominated on the field, or like the team just did something really cool. Just like your favorite baseball memory.
I would say when we walked off TCU this year at home on senior night, that was awesome. We were down by 4 in the bottom of the ninth, and they TCU put in there like magician of a closer who like has given up like one run the entire year, and the first batter of our inning got out, so hopes weren't looking too high, and then we just went like base hit, base hit, base hit, base hit, till eventually, we tied it up, and then I got up and I got a single two with 2 outs, and then Chris Tobias comes up next AB first pitch and hits a walk-off bomb to left field, and we all mobbed and dogpiled and threw Gatorade on ourselves, and that was an awesome experience. That was one of the funnest games I've ever played in, if not the funnest.
Yeah, I just got goosebumps. That sounds awesome. That sounds incredible. Like that. Yeah. Oh my, that sounds like the whole team. Like the dugout's probably going crazy. And just everybody on the toes. And
there's a video on YouTube. You gotta look it up right after this. Look up K-State versus TCU baseball, and it should be like a 19-minute video. And some guy just recorded the whole 9th inning or the bottom of the 9th, just everything that happened, and it shows you the whole series of events. And it's you gotta watch it. I watch it all the time still, and it happened like over 6 months ago.
There's just something different about walk-offs and the whole build up to a walk-off. Like, I think it's one of the wonders of the world. So that definitely sounds like something we got to do right in a couple minutes.
Yeah, and it was awesome that our most super senior we had, Chris Tobias, he walked it off on senior night.
Oh, yeah.
So it couldn't have ended better than that for sure.
Was it a semifinal game?
That was our last home game of the year.
Okay.
And then we went to the Big 12 tournament a couple of days after that.
Okay. I think I found it. I think I have it revved up as we in the. Yeah. I'm definitely watching that before I go to sleep here.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Let's go. I love that. And TCU and K-State have bad blood at all?
We did that year a little bit because we played each other like 6 times. We played each other 6 times that year because we had the 3-game set, and then our first game in Bricktown, where we have the Big 12 tournament, we played TCU, and then later in the tournament we had to beat TCU twice in a row to make it to the championship. We beat them in the first game, and then we lost in the second game. But yeah, we just played them so many times where by the time we were like 5 games in, we just were having beef with each other for sure.
I love that about college baseball. Like just that college rivalry, the college back and forth, like it's just fun. It makes it fun to watch as a fan. Like I'm really stoked to go watch this highlight right now.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah. Zach, appreciate you hanging out with us, talking ball. Pretty stoked for your first professional season. I'm sure you can't wait to get out there. When you headed out?
First day of our report date is March 4th. Okay. So I think day 1 of workouts is March 6th. Okay. So I'm sure we'll have to get there, do like the COVID test, quarantine for like 2 days, and then get right back into it. And then I think first minor league game is like April 8th or something like that.
Yeah.
So we'll be there for about a month and just ramp up and get the eyes locked back in, get back in full swing with playing baseball every day, and then have a great season after that.
Yeah, and just go dominate, man.
Yeah, go kill some shit.
Might as well.
Yeah, we'll be watching. We'll keep in touch, and we'll check in on you. And just again, thanks for hanging out, talking ball, and go do cool things, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. Take care, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Thank you for watching and listening. Please check out our link tree for more content.